Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Ash, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Ash Knows Travel, where I share trainings, walkthroughs, and insider tips to help travel advisors build confidence and book smarter. Tonight, we're diving into a full Disney Cruise Line walkthrough. I'll show you how to book, what's included, and some key features that Disney makes different from other cruise lines. So if you're live here, go ahead and drop a quick hello in the chat so that I know that you're with me. And of course, if you're catching this on a replay, go ahead and drop a hashtag replay so that I know that you stopped by. Now, while I'm removing all of this fancy stuff off your screen, if you haven't already, go ahead and click the subscribe button and go ahead and click the like for this video so we can get more people on. If you guys comment and interact with the live, it'll grow, which is pretty cool. While I'm also getting all this stuff off of here, go ahead and tap that bell so you guys can get notifications when I go live. So if you don't see my post inside the chats, you can still see it. All right. Now I've went ahead and logged into Disney, but if you haven't gotten signed up for them, you can do so inside the Travel Cafe under the suppliers, and it will say Disney. I will tell you one thing about their sign up. The password is hard. I ended up having to do a couple like phrases put together in a way to make it has to be like 16 characters. So just pay attention to that and make sure you write down the password because that you probably will forget. So we are in Disney, but we have to get to Disney Cruise Line. There's a specific way that I like to do that. If there's another way, that'd be great. But how I do it is go here and then go to Disney Cruise Line. Don't care about that. We'll fix that. And then just hit search. And then it's actually going to bring you to Disney Cruise Line, which is completely different. So here you guys can go in and do all the bookings and all of that, and which we will do. But before we get into the bookings, let's go tab by tab. Okay. The first one they have is Why Cruise Disney. You guys can easily use this to send to your client, but what we're going to start with is what's included, because the Disney Cruise Line is not like any other cruise line that you will ever see. First, you can obviously tell right off the bat that it is family oriented. I don't want to say that only families go on here though. As long as you have somebody that's a Disney lover in general, no matter what their age is, they honestly have a little bit of everything for everyone. So let's dive into that. You guys can already know what's included normally on a cruise: the food, the rooms, the pools and recreations, and then they normally have some type of entertainment. Well, Disney likes to do Broadway style shows. They also do lively deck parties, and sometimes they have, on most sailings, fireworks at sea that they do. So they have a different perspective when it comes to entertainment. You're going to have a lot of different like theater and just types of meet and greets. They also have really good youth clubs, of course, because it's Disney. But then comes the stuff for the adults. We have nightclubs and lounges. They have like basically adult exclusive spaces is what these will be. And lastly, they have their destinations that they visit to, which are Castaway Cay or Disney Lookout Cay. These are going to be found mostly on Caribbean and Bahamian sailings. Now, let's continue down. We have the Disney difference. Okay, we have deck parties, went over that, meet and greets. They have themed dining. So while they're eating, they get to hang out with the characters. There's the fireworks at sea again. They have immersive onboard stories. So it's going to be like family games. And then there's the movie cinema that they can check out that has basically like Disney features. And then some of the old classics are played in this theater. So that's pretty cool. Continuing. Here is, of course, the magical amenities. They have these mostly on every ship, but here they are. In-room movies. They have sports, slides, coasters. Okay, cool. That's cool. And then some really awesome stuff. More time for you. Yeah, we need that. Adult exclusive pool. That's a must. 24-hour room service. Perfect for kids. And then even daily housekeeping, which is perfect for staying on a cruise because that room can get really dirty. So that is really what's included in Disney when it comes to their bookings. Like, you will get an entire Disney experience. Even if you're not in the theme park, you will still be fully blessed with Disney all the way through. Now, let's continue. We have guest testimonials and then awards and honors. You guys can check that out later. But Castaway Club is their rewards program, so that's where we will head over to next. All right. So it goes like this. You basically, if you've ever been on a Disney cruise, you're already a member of the Castaway Club. But on top of that, you basically get extra benefits for every time you take an extra sailing. It's considered more of a reward. So first they have the silver member. They have the basics. This is probably the most important part that people like. Add cruise activities 90 days prior to sailing. They kind of do this when you book with Disney too. But in here, guys, you want to make sure that when they're going, whatever, when you want to make sure that they are with a certain award status, that they know these things, because these sail out very quickly. The cruise activities, the ones that are extra that you have to pay for, they book out very quickly, especially if they're going to one of their own private destinations. There's amenities on there that they can do as well, but you have to pay for some of them. So let them know in advance, please. Make sure you do that, right? Then they have extra stuff in here. Welcome back aboard gift. So this happens after their first sailing, and then it just adds up as many times as they complete their sailings. Okay? There's all benefits, and then you can learn more, but that's the biggest one. It's the early booking. People like that. So they'll take advantage there. Finally, we have what's new, which is going to be for the fall. These are the new itineraries they're coming out with next year. They have the 2 new ships, which are Disney Destiny and Disney Adventure. And if you want to receive email updates, you can sign up here. Next tabs we have over are the ships. They have all of them here. You can check them out. The staterooms, the deck plans, all of that can be found on this tab. And then onboard activities, they really break them down here, that you can just kind of, if your client wants to know what they are, check them out here. But the most important parts are at the bottom, which keep disappearing because I'm scrolling down to the bottom. Right here, themed holidays and cruises. Okay, so Pixar Day and Marvel Day at the Sea. These are specific cruises, ships that will handle these. Okay, so you have to check with that. But the one thing that we really want to look at are the Halloween and cruises and holiday cruises. Okay, now I've done research on Disney Cruise Line because I really wanted to see what made them more expensive than everybody else. And I can tell you, the Halloween on the high seas is going to be more expensive, just like the Merry Christmas or cruise, whatever it is, Merry Time. That is also more expensive. So let people know when they want to book these dates that they're going to be paying more because it's considered premium. They do a lot of different holiday-based themes throughout the ship. You can see here it's a spirited cruise, featured itineraries, and then of course they have a lot of characters and just things that kind of celebrate around the holiday. So keep that in mind when booking. Tells you what ships that they can experience this on and who it's good for, etc. So view your prices. There it is. Okay, it's good to share with clients too. And then they do the same thing for holiday cruises right here. This is going to be for a very merry time. It covers like Thanksgiving, also all the way to Christmas. That's when it starts. And they have a sale on it right now too. Enjoy 50% off voyage fare for third and fourth guests on select sailings. So that's pretty nice. But they have like it all decked out for Christmas is basically what they do. So there's that one there. But like I said, these are peak times that people book. So if they want to book this, they need to book it in advance. And they really suggest booking Disney in advance for the cruise. There's no benefit. Like some cruise lines, if it's close to selling out, they'll drop the price. They don't do this at Disney. They don't need to. So if they want to book a cruise, I would tell my clients to book out as far as they can and just put a deposit to hold the price. We can always call and reprice it if we have to, if it drops, but it probably won't. It'll just raise. So book it as early as you can. Just get the name, whatever, deposit, keep it going. All right. Now, we also have places to explore. So you can see all the different places that they go to. You can see their shore excursions here. And then lastly, we have the pre and post cruise options as well. Departure, post, hotel stays, and adventure by Disney's Escapes. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about this, but I want to see if it's under here. That's what I thought. All right. So Disney does something cool here that I think we all should know about, because when I'm done talking about it, I'm going to ask you if you knew, because I did not know this. So they have Disney Vacations by Land and Sea. This basically means that they can go to the theme park and then also go on the cruise. Did you guys know they could do that? I did not know that. That's so cool. There's some people that will spend like thousands of dollars for Disney because they only plan on going one time in their life. This is something I would offer them. If you're already going to spend all the money, why don't you experience both? Right? I mean, the ship already goes out of California. The ship already goes out of Florida. So they're already there. Might as well experience the best of both worlds. They have a little bit of how it works. But basically, guys, we get commission on the resort, the tickets, as long as it's plus 3 days. And we also get commission on the cruise line. So that's perfect for people who really want to go on both. And it's really good commission for us. We like that. Continuing, we also have here The pre and post cruise hotel stays, you guys can make commission off of these if you book them. The weddings and honeymoons, you guys don't make commission off the wedding itself, but you do get for the cruise. But they do weddings on here, so if there's anybody that wants to have a Disney cruise wedding, you can do that. And then Adventures by Disney Escapes. So you guys get commission for booking these as well. But I will tell you, the one thing I just showed you about the both worlds package, and then also the Adventures by Disney Escapes, guys, you have to call to book these. You see how it says call? You have to add an Adventures by Disney Escape to your cruise. You have to get the cruise, then add it. It works the same way with the hotel, etc. Okay, but it's an add-on, so you have to call them. You can't do it unless you want to go and book that separately, like the theme park, etc. You can, but they can do it for you. So don't make it any harder. Just let them handle it. Okay. But they have these Adventures by Disney. These are like tours, Barcelona, London, Rome, and then they have Southern California too. So that's pretty cool, right? Did you guys know they did this? I know about Adventures by Disney, but I thought they were just tours. I didn't know that they were a part of the cruise line. But that is pretty awesome that you can, before or after your cruise, they have these adventures that you guys can basically do like a tour and learn about. You can see where they're at. They can go there and learn. All right. So if your clients are interested in that, you can do that and make commission off of it. So next we have is planning assistance, which is Plan Disney. So this is just going to give you guys basically some, if I need assistance and I don't know what I'm looking for, okay, you can do this. This is great. Or you can just call them, okay? I've never actually used too much of this, but sometimes those dining things get kind of tricky. This is where I would go if I had a problem with dining questions, okay? Now we can continue. We're at the Plan a Cruise. They have the special offers here. So for the special offers, you can go and see what's, I already told you guys about it, but it's 50% off. That's what they have going on right now. They also have 40% off, and the residents always save for Disney, so they can save up to 35%. And then even select Australian, New Zealand sailings have 35% off. And then of course, military rates, Canadian. What else do they have? Earn up to 400 total. Okay, this card, they got a whole bunch. I'm assuming this is their credit card. All right, so here are the offers. If you ever need to find them, they're right underneath there for Plan a Cruise special offers. So that option right here, the next tab we have is paying for your Disney cruise. It doesn't work. It populates into nothing. You guys can see that, so we'll just skip that part over. All right, next we have it's already booked. So this is going to be a little bit of extra that you can do. I did tell you guys we can make commission off of Grand Transportation. They have book and manage cruise activities. You can go in there and help with that as well, which is rare for cruise lines. Normally we can't help with that at all. But if you put the reservation in there, you can make payments and changes and then plan your activities and check out online. So we like that there. Let me go back. And then we have my reservations, make a payment. We know all this stuff, right? Air transportation. We also have that built into here. They do offer a cruise line air program. So that basically gives you restricted and flexible fares. And the only good thing about booking this, we don't make commission off of this, obviously, but I think that's really good about putting them together is that they won't ever miss their cruise. Like they will, if they miss their flight, they will fly them to the next port so that they can make the cruise at some point. Like they're very good about this. So that's the only benefit I really find. But I see a lot of times with cruise lines, the airfare is typically more expensive. So double check that because, you might want to find it cheaper if it's very pricey. Okay. So yes, you can do that as well. Okay. Next, we have online check-in and then the know before you go. So the Navigator app is what they use on Disney Cruise Line. That helps them throughout the ship. You can download that. The be in the know before you go. These are just good stuff that you guys can send to your clients. Okay. Disney Band Plus. It's pretty cool. We'll open that. It's kind of the same thing like when you go to Disney, right? Hands-free, meet the sea with Disney Band Plus. All right, so eligible guests on select sailings. Okay, invited to purchase this. Basically, it's like a room key, but on your arm. That's pretty nice, right? Waterproof. You guys can already see this at Disney. They have the same thing here for the cruise. Boarding made easier. Okay, hands-free convenience. You guys kind of see how it works, right? Yeah. So they have those options. Maybe they don't want to lose their stuff. They just want to carry their on their wrist. That's actually pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Especially if you use them a lot, you might as well buy one, right? Now, packing less, getting to the port. photography. They have the castaway clone, and then even my cruise photos. If you purchase them, you can find them in there. But you would do all of this on the app. You would add all the extras and stuff like that. They can do that in there. Okay. Help. So if you need any help with any of this stuff, oh, here we go. We need this one. And then they have their even policies in here, but vacation protection is what we need. So Disney Cruise Line vacation protection. All right, cool. Now you're gonna know something about this. Do you see how it says receive a future cruise credit up to 75% cancellation fee? Amount to apply toward a cruise in the future, okay? That is if they cancel for any reason. So you can see up to total trip cost if you cancel due to sickness, injury, death, or other covered reasons. If it's not covered, then they get 75%. I noticed that the other day when I was trying to offer it. I was like, wait a minute, there's a catch to this. And this happens a lot with our insurances. Have you guys ever read something like this? There's one on Eva Rewards. I bought a flight through where one time and I got their protection and it said cancel for any reason, right? But when you read the fine print, it was like you had to be in the hospital or you had to die in order for it to be covered. I was like, oh, that is not for any reason, right? So if you're going to offer something like this, make sure you read the fine print, because if they come to you 2 months from now and they're like, I want a refund, well, they already paid half their trip. They're only going to get that right here, 75%. See that? And then they have to use it toward a future Disney Cruise Line sailing if you need to cancel, not covered. Credits are valid for 1 year from the issue date, not transferable, no cash value. See how that works? So read that. But it's important to always push for insurance whenever they're on the ship, because a lot of people don't know this, but when they get on the cruise ship, their insurance probably isn't going to work out there. So they have to pay up front. And I don't know if you guys saw it recently where that lady went on the ship and then she started like vomiting blood, and then she came back and she had to pay like $13,000 for being sick on a cruise ship. Okay, that's what this prevents. Okay, that's what this insurance prevents, because if she would have had insurance, she wouldn't have had that problem. They would have covered it. So keep that in mind when you're offering it. Okay. All right, now we've basically went into everything that you can really go over. I don't really see too much information about their drinking program that they have here. I haven't really seen a lot of it, so we'll maybe be able to find it basically when we get into it. Let's see if I can find it here, because I like to go over the drink program too. They just have dining, but if they don't cover it, I understand, because like it's a family cruise. I'm not gonna be out here drinking, partying. Here's all the different restaurants they have and different adventures and stuff. This is pretty cool. But let's see. Let's get in there and see if we can find it, okay? So, plan a cruise. Let's go ahead and book one, shall we? Find a cruise. I want to book one of those like Christmas cruises. We're okay with that? Christmas cruise. Now, if you guys, like I said, if you want to do bookings for groups, you have to call. So you can't do those online. So we're just going to do a regular booking tonight. You guys can book more than one room though with Disney. So that's pretty cool. We might try it. We'll just see what we get into. Okay. Departing in December. Perfect. We'll leave that one blank. Let's depart from Port Canaveral. Yeah. We'll leave Galveston in there too. Yeah, go with Galveston. And we got 2 adults and like 3 kids. Bad kids. We're going to take them to Disney. Come on, bad kids. Let's go. All right. Wow. I had a lot of, they were really close together, weren't they? All right. There we go. Now you can go in here and add another stateroom. Let's say Grandma and Grandpa's also going to go with us too. All right. Let's go. And then we're going to hit view the date. There it is. Very merry time. All right. Now, right now, it's just showing me the room for one. It's not showing me the other yet. Okay. But all prices include tax fees, port expenses, all of that. And then they have the rate details and gratuity. So before you even get in there, you can find out what everything is. Pay at your own pace, subject to deposit. But I'm going to tell you guys, so these typically have to be paid off closer. When it comes to like the holiday cruises, they have to be paid off like way farther out. I've seen 150 to 120 days. So I don't know if we're going to get a deposit for this, but we will see. Okay. Pay at your own pace. They have book now, pay later, deposit due. That's just basically what that's normal. Okay. But we're going to go pick a different one because that's kind of boring. I have to have like a minimum of 4 nights on a cruise. Like, come on. All right. They got sailing 2. they go to their private islands. So these are basically in the Bahamas, right? Bahamas. Yeah, 5 night. All right, let's just go with one of these. This one is going to, I feel like Castaway Cay is way better than Lighthouse Point, but that's just my personal opinion, okay? You have to probably go see it yourself. But I like this one right here, and I like the price. It's not bad. Let's look at the dates. December. Oh, look, we got Christmas. Let's go. Oh my God. Hold on. Does that say $10,000? Oh, wow. All right, let's go before Christmas. That's okay. 5 people. Is it a 4 night cruise during Christmas for $10,000? Honestly, it's not that bad, but you got to get used to. This is Disney, guys. We got Disney prices, so I'm shocked, but we shouldn't be. We should be like acknowledging. Look how nice this room is too. That's gonna fit all of those kids. Look at those fancy rooms. Okay, look at the price. Oof, $10,000. About to have the time of their life. Go pack your bags. That's what it said. All right, let's go here and do Disney first, or December 1st through the 5th. All right, view staterooms. There's where it tells you all about the different things they do on board because of the holiday. And then it's going to tell you where it's going. Ooh, I like this cruise itinerary. Okay, okay. Look at that. Dude, this would be perfect for those opportunities where you can do both theme park and this. If they got the money for it, they could do it right here. That's pretty nice. So, there's the Castaway Cay. I love the Castaway Cay. It's so nice. They have a private beach too. Adults sip on cocktails, sunbathe, and enjoy massages. We like that. Okay. And it even tells you when it's departing and when it's arriving, etc. So that's pretty important. All right, cool. We like that. So let's view the staterooms, shall we? So we can get connecting rooms right here because we're both, we're together here. Or we can do 2 guarantees. For tonight, I think I'm going to go do a connecting room. We're going to make it difficult. And Grandma and Grandpa, they need an accessible room because I understand. Okay. All right. We can't do it. All right, fine. We can't do it. Okay. Well, just in case you didn't know that, you can't do both. So we'll do both just to put them next to each other. I want to show you what it's like, but just let you know, you can't put them together if you do accessible. Great. We love that. Thank you. You have to call them. So it's right there at the top. Will do. Thank you. All right. So we got a deluxe family ocean view. That's an ocean view. Oh, that's actually okay. Standard room price. Okay. Oh, they tell you all about the room here. I like how the picture's already in here too, so you can just get it and quote it. We like that. All right, well, let's see. What are we thinking? Ocean view. The veranda is sold out. That's the balcony. So we're gonna have to go with ocean view unless we want a $12,000 room. So let's go. Thank you. I like how they have a family ocean view room though. Like I really like that because it also might limit my availability too, guys, because I'm doing a connecting room. But look, perfect. Let's go. Let's select this one. Then let's go get Grandma and Grandpa's room. All right. Oh yeah, they got it. There it goes. They're connected. That's pretty cool, right? Look how much they're paying. They're paying 300. Same room. Okay, we like that. Connecting staterooms. Does everybody know what connecting staterooms is? If you don't, let me know. But basically, they have a door. They're connected, and they can go from one room to the other. If you get a connected room and you don't want it connected, they just lock the door. That's it. But we like that because if you're sharing with the family, that's very convenient. You guys can just hang out, go to bed, whatever, right? And I personally even do this because I got so many kids myself. I have 6 kids, so I have to get 2 rooms, and we just open the door. We're all in one room, right? We have those. Let's go. Let's continue. Go to cart. I like booking Disney. I think it's so fun. And I like promoting Disney too. You know how it had it at the beginning where it had like the picture and the prices, like the 4 night? You guys can just screenshot that easily and just boom, put it there, right? All right, if they want to add the protection plan, it's going to populate for this room here. And then if you go underneath it, they have the second room there. I had to learn that the hard way because I was like 3 people, 4 people. That's why. This is just the stateroom, okay? So let's take a look at it. Here it is, the vacation protection, what it includes. Cancel at any reason. Be careful with that one. Non-insurance feature. All right, trip cancellation. There it is. Okay. Oof. Wow. All right. Oh, they can do per guest. I hate when they do that. No, all the guests. Okay. No, I understand. Well, today we're just going to understand. That's what we're about to do. We understand because, honey, that's expensive. But if I didn't add it here, I would use a different vendor, aka 10 Leg. They have a cruise package too. Okay. All right. Here we are. Yep, I knew it was going to be due today. Look, it's too close to December for it to not be due today. But if it wasn't, you would be able to go in here and just get this. Now, you notice they don't have any like a send your itinerary option. I have yet to find anything like this. So if you're just pricing this out, honestly, I would just, screenshot or just copy and paste because they don't have a lot of like ways you can send it here. You see that, right? There's that what's included again. There's the gratuity. It is $64 per guest. So this is going to be the total for both cruises. Okay, $3,000. We're booking them together and they're connected. So they're all going together, but that's what it is. Now we wait. All right, so here's the next important part. Now, of course, after this, you just kind of hit confirm and it's booked, right? You can see it here at the bottom. Let me go. Then you just hit confirm guest info and it's booked. But before you fill out that guest information, it's very important that you do this part right here. So as you can see, all the arches information is there. And then at the bottom part right there, they have where you start typing your name. You have to have your name in here. I think it will populate if I put some blah, blah, blah. No matches. There's a number. Oh, there's a little I. Hello. Okay, so you type your name in here, right? If your name doesn't populate here, then you call this number right here. I did not know this. And the first time I did a cruise line booking for Disney, I was panicking because I needed it right then and there. So you have to call them and then they add it, and it does take some time to appear. So if you don't notice it within 24 hours, call them again and add it. But your name has to be here in order for you to get credit for it, okay? You also need to put your agent email address in here, and then you'll continue down. Continue. After that, you put the guest info, confirm, and then you take the payment because this is due up front. So that's all it is to it, okay? That's how you do a booking. And anything else, if you have any trouble, just call Disney and ask them for help, and they can do so, okay? But that is all you really have to do in order to book Disney Cruise Line. That is how they work. I really recommend pushing them, especially with Christmas coming up. And that's a very popular time. Thanksgiving, Christmas, people don't really know. If I push this, one time I did Disney booking for a family and included the grandparents, and it was about $9,000. It's normal for people to pay that much for Disney. This is something they can expect. So start pushing it, get it out there so you guys can start making commission because they do pay really good commission here. Okay, so the commission payout for these are 10%. But honestly, guys, I want you to keep in mind, if that is $9,000, 10% of that is not bad at all. Something that we can easily just take care of and book, right? It's a pretty good booking still, regardless. So you guys can see how that works. If you guys have any other questions, of course, always reach out to Archer or reach out to Disney Cruise Line so they can. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and head over to my studio. So if you guys have questions there, feel free to ask. If you guys don't know by now, I can't see the chat when I'm in here. Like the chat is like populating, but it's on a different screen. So that's why I don't respond to you guys when I'm in the middle of the training. I have to go back to the actual stream in order to respond. Guys, I am starting a new training. Let's go look at it real quick. I am starting a whole new different set of trainings for next month. And I dropped it so you guys can find it, of course, in Evolution too. But I want to show you what it looks like here. So we have October. Next week, we're going to be starting on Tuesday, 5 p.m. PST, same thing. But we're doing marketing week, and we're doing wedding travel specialist, cruise marketing. We're also going to do resort marketing because I feel like you guys are going to need help with this, especially since it's like coming up with Christmas, etc. We're about to start another peak season, so we need to start pushing that fall, October, December thing, right? Next we have here is group trainings week because I get a lot of group training questions. So I'm just going to go over resorts, which also will probably include like all-inclusive resorts and regular resorts, cruises, and then flights and hotels coordination on that. And then we have Advisor Week. We're going to go over certifications because one of the things I always get from you guys is where can I get certified? Let's go over that. I have another exclusive interview planned with Deidre Norton. She's a top income earner. She's also platinum and a 3-time IATN holder. But you guys can always find her. I think she's pretty high up there in the top income earner list. So we're going to find out what she does. We also have common new advisor mistakes. And then we have content week because this is when we start planning our content. So I'm going to go in there and get all of those details set up for you as well. So other than that, that is all I have for you guys tonight. I will see you guys next week starting on Tuesday. We're going to be talking about wedding travel marketing. Other than that, have a great night, and I will head to my studio.